Hello, everyone. Thank you all for joining me today. My name is Darian. I will be helping you all throughout your training today. Now, today's training is focusing on how to create organic and paid content reports. It's very open, is very wide range of information to absorb. So we're going to break this down in the best form and best practice of understanding how to maneuver through the platform. So the purpose of today is to get you to learn how to maneuver, like I said, to how to maneuver and navigate through this platform and how to get to the reporting dashboards. We also want to help you learn how to create your own dashboards and understanding the things that are also inside the reporting dashboard as well, such as widgets or understanding the specific metrics and dimensions, knowing what those mean and how to set up the widgets for your best interest. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Now, when you first get inside, if you have not used Sprinklr at all, the first thing that you will see is this type of setup. This is the main page. This is like your Launchpad area. This takes you everywhere inside of the platform. So any specific module inside the platform, it will take you to. So first thing you'll see is Social Core. You'll see your marketing. You'll see your advertising. You'll see research, your commerce, and your privacy area. Now, where you're going to focus on is the Social Core area. This is where your reporting section will be. This is where you have to click. You don't need to search for anywhere else inside the platform when it comes to reporting. Otherwise, it will take you to a different module. So you want to make sure that you are in the top area, which is Social Core, and you want to make sure that you are going to click the reporting section. Now, if you have been on the inside of the platform and you see something else, for example, you see a setup like this, and you want to create a new tab, you want to go somewhere else in the platform, or you want to go to the reporting dashboard, you can do one of the two options. You can either create a new tab where you see this plus sign at, it says create new tab. You could click here, and it will automatically take you to this options area again. Now, if you don't want to do it that way, there's no right or wrong way by doing this. So like I said, you can create a tab, a new tab, or you can go all the way to the left, and you'll see these 9 dots here, and this is our Launchpad. This Launchpad that you click, you'll have the same setup. Now, if you know where you want to go and you don't want to scroll all the way down and scroll all over the area, you could simply type in what you are looking for. Whether it's reporting, whether it's the advertisement, whether it's privacy or the commerce area, you can simply type it in and it will show up. Here you see as reporting, and you will see your Social Core reporting. It lets you know what type of reporting this is. But right now, like I stated, we will only be inside the Social Core area. So we're going to go to reporting, right? Let's click on that. Now, before we go inside of the reporting dashboard and break it down further for you, let's take a step back first. We want to make sure when any content comes inside of the platform, or we're sending any content outside of the platform, we want to make sure that everything is tagged the proper way. So let's show a perfect example of what should be seen when you're creating content or any messages are coming in. So let's go to the monitoring dashboard. Normally, this is what you will see if you are monitoring any dashboards and you're looking to see what type of content was coming in. So first thing first, whether you're sending content out or whether you're responding to someone, you always want to make sure that you're tagging your information the proper way. What we mean by tagging is you want to make sure you let the Sprinklr platform know exactly what you're sending out. You want to give a detail, like a very detailed description of what's going out. So let's go to reply, right? Just for an example. Reply. Now, we don't have to focus on here. This is where you will send out your type of information, but this is the tagging area. You want to define what type of message you're sending out. Like, you have a category, you have the type of brand that you're speaking on, the product, if it's approved by a certain person, the type of activity. Each one of these red dots means that you must have to have this filled out in order for you to proceed forward. If there isn't a red dot, that means you don't have to do it, but best practice is that you fill out all of these tags best to your ability. This will help later on in those reports. So it goes hand in hand. The way you tag something is the exact way that it will show in the report documents. So this is going to help all of those reporting dashboards get the accurate numbers that are coming in. If there are no tags that are created, your numbers will be off. So again, I stress that you have to fill out these tags in order for it to correctly show the numbers that are coming in, whether it's information that's coming in or information that's going out, right? So this is just simply for a response. This is for a response, or this is for any content that's going out that you have created, any words that you have created. Now, for things that are incoming, if you want to describe this particular message, instead of describing the message that you're sending out, what we will do is highlight this particular message. You just do one click and it will highlight this. This lets you know this is the message that you're working on. Next, you want to double click on the inside of that message and a third work pane will appear. So let's double click. And now you see that this third pane have appeared. Now, the things that you want to focus on are scrolling down. You want to focus on the custom properties. This is going to define the type of information that has come in. So if you click on it, now you have your workflow properties that's showing, and then you have your custom properties that's showing. Now you can, if you want to, you could put the proper tags for the workflow properties. But what you really want to focus on more so is the custom properties, because now you have a particular category you want to fill out. And again, you have the red dots that show these are the important ones that must have to have these filled out. So you have your categories, your brand, your products, all the way to the influencers and follower count. You want to make sure, like I said again, you want to make sure that all of this is filled out in order for you to proceed. And once you fill out as much information as you can, this will give like a mirror image to your reporting dashboard. That's why we stress the importance of tagging. If you do not tag anything and you tag it with the least amount, that's all you're going to see, the least amount of information. So you want to give your best ability of explaining the type of information that's coming in or going out. So now that we've explained tagging, let's jump into the reporting dashboard, right? So let's exit out of the monitoring dashboard. And now you can see all the tags up above that I have. But let's just start from the very beginning. If I have a new page, which is like a new tab, first thing first, again, I'm going to go to reporting, right? Let's click on reporting. And here's a few things to keep in mind when you start off on any reporting dashboard. It's going to take you where you last were on the inside of the platform when you go to a specific module, right? So at the top, you will see 3 dashes. That's what we call our hamburger drop-down menu. If you click on it, it will give you a series of dashboards, tags, and settings. This is where you go to navigate throughout the reporting module. So there's a difference between the Launchpad, which takes you through a series of modules inside Sprinklr, here at the drop-down menu, this is where you will see a series of your reporting dashboard. So the dashboard that module you're currently working in, it will show all the dashboards that you are working in. So that's what this drop-down menu is for. You have a description to the right of that. You have a description of where you are currently. So inside the social engagements, you have this overview section that you are at. To the right of that, you will see like the change in your date range. So you can click this and you will see you can customize your dashboard however you see fit for yourself. If you want a specific time range for your dashboard, this is where you will do the changing. So if you click on here once, you will have a drop down that will appear. So you can create a report that shows today, yesterday, last 24 hours to the last 7 days, or this month or last month, the last 120 days, this year, or you can create your own customized range. So you can choose anything from even numbers to odd numbers. So the last 2 days or the last 13 days. It's your own customized setup. So however you see fit for your report that you want to create, this is where you will do the time change. That will be in the middle. Again, it will be at the top, and all you have to do is give one click, and you're good to go. Now, to the right of that, here's where you'll see the time zone change. So if you're in a specific area, like me, you'll see that this is set for Chicago. You can change anywhere in any country or a specific time zone. This is up to you. This is how you see, again, this is how you see fit for your report to go out. So if you want it to be in the U.S., that's perfectly fine. If you want something in the U.K., that is perfectly fine as well. This is set up for you. So that's what you want to make sure that you keep in mind, that this is set up for you. You want to set it up to make you feel comfortable and make sure that the dashboard is set for your own understanding and everyone else's too. All right? So that's something really simple. Now to the right, you'll see marked as start. Now, if this is an important dashboard for you, you'll see you can click on here to say, hey, this is really important to me. So this is a dashboard I want to star. I want to mark this as a star. And later on, when we get to the dashboards, I'll explain like the dashboard star. It's a simple explanation, but again, if this is an important dashboard to you and you see that you will continuously use this dashboard all the time, I will recommend that you click this and mark it as start, all right? Now, to the right of that, this is your filter. Your filter is how you want to break down your reporting dashboard, right? So inside, if you click this one time, you'll have a drop-down that will appear. Now, here's where you can choose a different number of filters inside the platform. Inside this reporting module, you want to make sure that you are giving Sprinklr the information it needs that you want to show on your reporting dashboard. So if you only want your information to show one particular brand, that's what you want to go on the inside of the filter for. Or if you're looking for a particular post, or if you're looking for a particular campaign, whatever it may be, this is the filter section where you will give a breakdown of what you actually want to see inside your reports. So if you see just a combination of information, just this whole group of information, and it's overwhelming you, and you want to see one thing, hey, I just want to see Captain Morgan information. I don't want to see anything else except for Captain Morgan. What you will do is click on the inside of the filter, and then you will choose which account you want to work on. Or you can choose a brand that you want to work on. You could click on Add More Filters, and you could click on Brand, and you could find the information that you want from there on. So it's like choosing, like again, you want to choose the exact type of report you want to see for yourself, or if you're setting this up to send out to anyone. So that's what your filter will be used for. Now, to the right of that, you will have your reload dashboard. This is when you create any type of changes inside the platform, you want to make sure that you reload it. After you have applied the information and you see that it's working, you want to click reload one time to give it that refresh, like to make sure that it's actively working at this point. Once you have created all the information or all changes, sometimes if you move forward and you just continue without reloading your dashboard, sometimes it may or may not lose information. So the best practice is to make sure that you click reload anytime that you make any adjustments inside the platform. This will save a lot of extra work for you later down the road. And to the right of that, you'll see 3 ellipses. And this is where you will do a lot of customizing. So down below in this drop down, you'll see the word create. This means create a new customized dashboard. This is the only way that you can create a customized dashboard. So you have a difference between, which I will show you shortly. You will see a number of general dashboards that have been created for you that cannot be changed. If you want to create your own dashboard, something that you see fit for yourself, that you want to create in your own or you want to share with someone else, what you can do is choose to create a dashboard. This will start from the beginning, from scratch, and it will be completely blank. And now you can choose all the type of widgets and anything that you want to add in there. You could create it to your style. You could create big charts, small charts, little charts, however you see fit. This will be made just for you. Now, below you will see custom intervals. This is basically another way of customizing your dashboard, how you want the time zones to be or how you want your date range to be. This is all like a one-stop spot for all the custom information you want to put in your dashboard. Now, below is clone. Clone is for when you want to create a dashboard and you do not want anyone to make any adjustments to what you have created. So, for example, if you created this dashboard, this entire reporting dashboard, right, and you don't want anyone else to rearrange or change any of the information that you have created, what you will do is go here and you will click clone. Now, this will create 2 of the dashboards. Of course, clone means to make a duplicate form of what you have created. So you will have one clone form and one original form. Now, you can keep that original form to yourself, and you can lock this dashboard. And then on the other hand, you will have the same dashboard that you created, but it will be a clone, and you can share it with your teammate or you can share it with an exec, and then they can make all the changes that they want to that dashboard, and it will not affect the original dashboard that you have created. So if there's any mishaps or any mistakes that someone has made inside of a dashboard that you sent to them, all you will have to do is go back inside your original dashboard that you have created, and you'll be back at the original state that you have first made this dashboard, right? So this is a very helpful tool when using clone. Now, down below, lastly, we have the export. Export is very helpful when you want to send things out to yourself or teammates or anything as such. This is where you will find that type of information. So you can export it in PNG. You can export it in PDF, portrait, or landscape form. You can export this in an Excel sheet, whether it's in all separate sheets where you have them on different pages, 1 through however many pages it takes to create that report, or you can have all this information on one single sheet that's one long Excel sheet. This will be very helpful for you all if you just are into scrolling up and seeing all the information if you don't want to click from page to page. And lastly is your export as PowerPoint. And then you have your advanced export. Now, advanced exporting is very helpful because this is where you can recreate reoccurring reports where you don't have to go inside the reporting module all the time, like every week. If you have to send something out every week or every month, you can simply create it in here. You can click on Advanced Exports, enter all the information that you need, and you can set it up exactly how you want it to be. You can send it as an Excel, a PDF, a PNG, and you could tell this schedule export to send out every hour on the hour to whoever. You could put their email on the inside. You could put the username on the inside, and it will send a report to that person, yourself, or whoever you have tagged to send this information to. It will be sent out however you set it up. So whether it's hour on an hour, every week, every Monday at 8 a.m. or 8:05 or 9:03, however you set it up, it will go out every time. It will send out a recurring export at this time. So let's exit out of here. Now that's how you will see. I know that was a lot, but this is how you will see things when you first enter it. So it's very good to know these icons and know what you're doing when you're on the inside of the platform, instead of just seeing the dashboard and trying to create your own. Here's where you will know, like, these icons, I know exactly what I'm going to use these for, and I know exactly how this is going to help me while building my own reports. Now that we have explained that, let's go back to the left side, and we're going to go back to that hamburger menu that I was telling you about earlier. We're going to click on the inside of here, and we're going to give you a quick breakdown of what these things are. So recent, you're going to see recent first thing first. That just simply explains, of course, where you were last at the last couple of dashboards that you were actively working in. So as you can see here, there are a number of dashboards that I was working in recently. But for yourself, depending on what dashboards you're working out of, it will show like what you were recently active in, which dashboards you were recently active in the reporting module. Under that is the start dashboard. Now, remember when I was telling you about if you have a important dashboard and you really want to focus on that because you're continuously using that, and you click start, what this will do is put this in the group, your own group, which is starred information. So if you have 20 dashboards, 20 reporting dashboards that you have clicked on a star because you're consistently using it, this is where you will see all the starred information. So currently I don't have anything starred, but if you have, like I said, if you have 20 or 5 dashboards, however many numbers of dashboards you have, this is where all of those dashboards will be saved for you as important dashboards. Now below that is dashboards. Now when you see dashboards by itself, this is all the general dashboards that have been set up for you all by the Sprinklr team. This is set up for you and you cannot change them. So here, like I said, this is a general dashboard setup for you. So if you click on the inside dashboards, you're going to see a number of things. You're going to see campaign, you're going to see social engagements, inbound tags, outbound tags, and SLA. These are the general things that is set up for you already. So you don't have to create anything extra when it comes to other dashboards unless you want a customized dashboard created for yourself, right? So inside dashboard, let's click on campaign. In each section of the dashboards where you'll see like campaigns, you'll see social engagements. Underneath there, you will see two things to keep in mind. There's an overview and there's an insight. Overview means a collection of everything inside the platform. So you're going to grab the information of a number of things that's on the inside of the platform. So that's what overview is. You can have as many filtered brands or as many type of campaigns as you want on the inside of here. That's for overview. Insight focuses on one thing particularly, just one thing. So you can click as many filters as you want to, but it's only going to focus on one. So you got to make sure that you remember that. Overview is for as many as you want to, as many filtered things as you want to. Insight is for one particular thing only, all right? So let's click on to Overview, give you an example. So here you'll see things from the most liked campaigns all the way to the most clicked campaigns. Underneath, you'll see things as engagements and reach by campaigns, and you'll see like a scorecard full of information, and everything is self-explanatory. If you look at the scorecard, it'll give you like the name of that particular campaign. You'll see volume of published messages, and they'll have the number underneath as well, so you could just follow as fit for you when you're looking for particular information when it comes to looking for campaigns. Now, again, I explained that in the overview section, you could look for a number of things on the inside of the platform. If there's nothing that's filtered out, it's just going to bring you everything that it could think of. It's going to bring you all of the information that's created inside the platform. Now, when you go to the filter section, you can see here it just says campaigns and it says all. So again, it's pulling in everything unless you change the type of campaign that you're looking for. So you can choose a number of campaigns all in one. And now it's going to pull as much information that you have created on the inside. So it's looking for 7 different type of campaigns. Out of those, you will see the ones that are active. You'll see the campaigns that are not active. And as you can see here, it only found 2 that are actively created with the information on the inside. So now you can see that this is focused on more than just one, again. And this gives you a breakdown of those topics that you chose, those campaigns that you have chosen. Now it's going to show you the information with the engagement and reach by campaign, and it's going to show you a scorecard information, right? So let's click out of these. There we go. And we're going to bring all those campaigns back to how they were. So if you don't want a particular campaign on and you just want all the information in, just make sure that you don't click everything. Don't click anything on the inside. Leave it blank, and it will pull in every one of those campaigns that have ever been created for you. If you want to add more filters, you can. All you have to do is just go to the right, add more filters. You could click on the type of filters that you're looking for. So if you're looking to add accounts and you want to give a breakdown of accounts, you could click accounts and choose the type of accounts you're looking for. For example, you click accounts, and here's where you'll have accounts, and you could give a number. You could choose the number of accounts that's on the inside, right? But we're not going to choose that because this dashboard is simply created for campaigns only. Now, I'll explain that once we get to customized dashboards. Now that we've explained the campaign overview, let's go to the insight. This insight is going to give you more information, right? Because you're focusing on one thing, so it's going to give a breakdown of that one particular thing. So now we're in the insight area, and this is focused on one campaign. As you can see that it's already set up. It automatically in the filter area goes to one campaign. It automatically sets for one because it's already searching for one thing. If it was the overview area, you would have seen all set up already, right? So whatever area we're working in right now, you'll see the type of campaign that you're looking for. You have one campaign. Now you see the engagement over time, where you can follow along with the graph. You can see the post likes and reactions. You can see the post comments, and you can see the post shares. And they're color-coded up top as well. So the same color, of course, is going to reflect on this graph as well. And if you hover over one of the dots, you'll see like a small description of information. Now, the good thing about this is when you're looking for a particular set of information, if you want so much more of information, if you're saying, hey, this is just not enough information for me, what you can do is click on that dot, and you will have something that appears that shows a drill by. Drill by just simply means like you can grab as much information as you want to now, right? You can look for all the type of account properties, or you can look at what this particular comment or post was targeting. You can look at groups, users, your shortened links. It's a ton of information that you can search for in here. All you have to do is just look for it, and you'll find out even more information on this particular content that you see in the reports. Now, to the right of that in this dashboard, you will see engagement by types. So this is basically like the number setup of what you will see to the left. Instead of looking at it in graph form, you'll see like the post, likes, and reactions. You'll see the average setup, and then you'll see the actual amount. So like here, you'll see post and like reactions, 35.22 per post, and then you'll see like the full post, likes, and reactions, right? So it's the average, and you'll see the full amount. Now, if we scroll down, you'll see engagement by channel. So you can see Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, Google+, and YouTube. You will have a breakdown of all of those social engagement channels. Underneath, you will have a scorecard. Again, a scorecard basically is self-explanatory. Here you'll see like the published date, the outbound posts, total engagements, post likes and reactions, comments, shares, and so forth. And lastly, underneath that, you'll see engagement by account. So each account is kind of like a scorecard, so it's kind of self-explanatory. You'll see the account, and you can look down, and you'll see the name of each account. Then you'll see to the right of that the volume of published messages all the way to your post reach, and you can just follow by the numbers underneath. If there's any other way you want to look for your information, you can do a few things. What you can do is change these type of, you can change the charts if you want to. You can change them by hovering over here where you see this bar graph. You can change the type of style, how it looks. You can change it to a table or a stack bar or a stack column, all the way to a combination of things all in one. And if there's any other information that you want to choose on a particular widget, which these are called widgets. Each one of these squares are called widgets. If you want to do anything else, grand to these widgets, you can export your widgets, and it will only export that particular one. Or you could take this and add this to your own customized dashboard. So if you have a customized dashboard that's already set up and you want to add that to your dashboard, the fastest way, instead of having to create another dashboard and try to create another widget on the inside, you can actually take this widget and just simply send it to the dashboard that you have customized yourself. That'll be one of the fastest ways and the easiest ways to help you avoid creating a number of widgets that you don't have to, right? All right. Now that we've explained the customized, like the campaigns for the overview campaigns and the insight campaigns, let's look into dashboards again. And instead of being in campaigns, we're going to go into social engagements. So if you're looking for a particular channel that have a specific type of information that you're looking for, you'll go to social engagements. So again, just like campaigns, you'll see an overview. But underneath that, instead of seeing insight, you will see names like Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, and so many other social channels. Now, these here are considered insights because they're focusing on one thing. Instead of focusing on all the social networks, which this does, which overview does, now your insight will be focusing on one particular social channel. So again, you'll see Twitter by itself, Facebook by itself, YouTube by itself, because it's one particular thing. So let's click on the inside of the social engagement overview. And on the inside, you'll see pretty much the same thing. It's a breakdown of the outbound summary all the way to your most engaging brand post. And you'll scroll down, you'll see like followers, insight, social engagement by channel, social engagement by client. You'll also see the engagement and distribution by media type. These are the things that you'll see on the inside of your overview. Now, when you go to the insight, once again, you'll see more than the average overview. You'll see more information. So now we're focusing on Twitter. Now here's where you can choose to focus on one particular brand, and it will find that particular brand's Twitter, right? So here again, you'll see the outbound summary, and you'll see the most engaging brand post. And scrolling down, you'll start to see the brand post engagement breakdown. You'll see another scorecard. The followers insight is completely different now. Now you can see how that Twitter information is changing. Instead of seeing a broad overview where a number of social media channels are all combined together and it looks straight across the board, now you will see where the real change is starting to come because it's focusing on one social channel. You can also see social engagement by month. And one of my favorite things is the social engagement by time of day. So you can actually tell when is the time that people are most engaging with your content around the specific time of day. All right? So let's go back up. Now that we've explained the social engagement, the overview, and we've explained the insight overviews, we have the overview and the insight. Let's talk about having your dashboards. Now, when it says my dashboard, it's focusing on your dashboard alone, yourself. It's talking about your dashboard, right? Any dashboard that you have created for yourself. Those are all the dashboards that's going to show in there. So nobody else information will show there. Sometimes that can get confused, but just remember that when it says my dashboard, it's particularly talking about you, all right? Underneath that, you'll see shared dashboards. Now, shared dashboards are customized dashboards that maybe you have created or somebody else have created, and they have shared them with you. So, for example, you will see a number of dashboards, of course, that share with me. But at this time, you will probably have one or two, depending on what brands you're working with. You'll have a few dashboards that's shared with you because at the beginning it's set up in a specific way where certain teams are given particular dashboards. So again, you will have shared dashboards, and this is for any customized dashboard that you have created and you sent to anyone, or this will be any content like custom reports that have been created and have been shared with you as well. So you'll be able to see all of that information. All right. Now, let's talk about creating your own dashboards. Now that we have explained like the general dashboards and the shared dashboards, let's talk about how you create your own dashboard from scratch. And once you create it, again, guess where it's going to go? It's going to go in this section. As soon as you create one dashboard, even if it's completely blank, the moment that you create one is the moment that you will have a dashboard in my dashboard section. And this will be the quickest way for you to find your own created dashboards. All right? So let's go all the way to the right. And we're going to go on these three ellipses, these three dots right here. Let's click Create. You can type in the name of the dashboard, however you see fit. So we're going to just say test, right? Test. And you can choose a starter dashboard. Your starter dashboard is however you set it up, however you want to set it up. So you can set it up with an empty dashboard, or you can set it up for your overview campaigns like you've seen before. In the general dashboard section, it will create a duplicate dashboard for you where it will grab the campaign overview, the overview of your campaigns, and it will create that dashboard alone. You can choose the insight of campaigns, or you could choose overview of your social engagements, or you could choose, once again, like the Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, whichever insight you want to for your social engagement. That's up to you. But let's choose empty dashboard. Let's say you want to create something from scratch, right? We're going to choose the empty dashboard. And below you could create tags, right? Tags are when you're using reports or any report for reporting dashboard, monitoring dashboard. If you see tags, this means that you can group your type of dashboards together. And I'll show you an example. But if you want to, you don't have to choose tags if you don't want to here when creating a dashboard. You don't have to, but you can. This groups your type of dashboard together again. So if you're saying, for example, beer, and you're focusing on all type of, every dashboard that you create will be focusing on just beer, then you could create a number of dashboards and it will group all those beer reports together. All right? But we're not going to choose any tags for this because it's just an example. So again, this is an empty test dashboard. Let's save it. And welcome to the custom dashboard for yourself, the one that you're going to create on your own. So how we're going to work this out is a number of ways. When you want to create anything new on the inside of your dashboard, the first thing first, we want to make sure that everything is set to how you want it. Again, like we did at the beginning, we want to make sure that those date ranges are set to how you want, because numbers will be completely different if it's not set to how you want it. So if you change this, if this was changed to today and you're looking for the last month, and you get overwhelmed because you don't understand what's going on, why these numbers looking either so high or so low, you should make sure that you're on the last 30 days. This is like a general setup. So it's, by default, it will go here, but just make sure that everything is set for the last 30 days unless you want to change it, all right? Moving to the right, you want to make sure your time zone is all set and any filters, but you haven't created any widgets on the inside, so there's really not a need to add those filters just yet. So the first thing what we're going to focus on is adding widgets. Now you can do this two ways. Again, there is no wrong way when there's multiple ways of doing this, so you can choose add widget up at the top, or in the middle section, you can choose add widget as well. So I'm going to choose add widget up here. Now, when creating your own widget, this is going to automatically take you to creating your organic type of post or your organic reports, right? So the first thing you'll see is create widget, but underneath that you'll see the type of widget that you want to create. Now, social analytics, you'll have a number of types that you can choose. Now, the difference is anything from your social analytics, this is like your organic information. You'll see your inbound information, or if you want benchmarking information, these are the type of reports that you could build. If you want to create a widget that's focusing on listening dashboards that have been created, your listening reports, you can do that as such as well. If you want to focus on your paid content, you want paid reports that's going out, this is where you will find it. So simply clicking on this is a big difference. If you do not choose paid, the only thing you will get is organic information. So make sure if the difference between having paid reports or organic reports is simply one click away. So when you go into type, you want to make sure that you're in the paid section if you're looking for paid information, because these widgets start to change, right? And there are different type of metrics on the inside of each type of widget. So if you choose paid, like I said, there's a number of different bar graphs and charts you can choose. And then there are a number of different widgets that are on the inside. So if you choose pay and you're looking for organic things to appear, organic metrics to appear, they will not show because you have not chosen organic material. So you have to make sure that these are, you have to make sure you're choosing the right type of widget. So here I'm going to choose social analytics. This is your organic type of information that you're looking for. Next, you want to put the name of your widget on the inside. This is very important because if you do not choose a name, it will appear blank, and sometimes if things are blank and you don't know what those graphs are, some people may delete it, and this can be a huge mistake, especially when it's information that needs to be it's time sensitive. So you want to make sure that you put the proper name of your widget inside of here. Next, you'll see the type of charts or visual graphs you want to create. You want to make sure that you choose that because without this, you will not be able to choose anything, any metrics on the inside, right? So let's choose that. Next, you will see your x-axis and series and your y-axis and its series. Here is where you will put that type of information on the inside of your chart. Now, one thing to keep in mind is that you need to, in order for this to work, you need to choose a measurement and you have to choose a demographic. Now, the difference of choosing a metric and a demographic is a measurement and a demographic. Dimension, is the letter indication. This icon will show this is a measurement. So total engagements is a measurement. A dimension, as you can see, starts with a D. So this is how you can distinguish which is which. You have to have at least one of both. If you don't, it will show up as an error. You can't have two measurements and you can't have just two dimensions by themselves. It will come up as an error. You have to at least have one of both, all right? Sometimes if you scroll down, you may see the letter C in here, as in cab. C. So it means category, right? You get to choose the type of category sometimes if you're trying to define your widget a little more. But you'll have to scroll further down to see things like that. But right now we're going to click a dimension, which is a date. If you want to the right, before I go further, to the right you'll see a question mark. And if you need a description of what you're choosing, all you have to do is hover over that question mark and it will give you the proper information that you're looking for. It will let you know what you're choosing before you even put it inside the widget. And that's going to be really helpful because sometimes people don't know what particular metric they're choosing. So this is going to be very helpful for you. So here we're going to choose date. And to the right, we're going to click on here and we're going to click on a measurement. So let's say total engagement. So basically I'm saying I'm looking for the total engagement throughout the date. Give me the particular date and I want all of their engagements. Let's see if this is the right type of thing. So I'm looking for total engagements is a common metric that combines likes, comments, and shares. So let's click on that. And wow, what do you see? A number of information that's stored right here for you. It gives you a preview of what that widget will look like before you even set it out. So now you can see the date, the actual date. So for the next month, how you set it up in the beginning, right? The last 30 days, this is going to show your last 30 days right here. And what's really cool about breaking down your widget even more is this little toolbar, this little handy guy down here. You could break it down however you see fit for you. So you could say, hey, this was a high peak. I see that this is where the bar started to rise a little bit. Let's see the information. We could scroll over to that information right here. And this is going to show you your high point. This was where your high point was. And if you want to stretch it out even more, like, hey, this was a flat point. Let's see. Let's stretch it out to this flat area right here. And now more information is given for you right there, right? It makes everything a little easier for you to choose the type of things that you want to see. Instead of you having to break it down and say, hey, I'm looking for the 1 day, 2 day, 3 days, and having to filter it down so much, you could simply break things down in the date right here, right? Now, let's scroll down in the widget. Now, you can choose to have your down here. This is where you're giving more descriptions of what you want for this widget to show, right? So, if you want, you can choose your label axis. Let's click that, right? And you'll see that you can choose the name of your label. So you see date right here, right? Instead of saying date, you can choose to change it up. You can say day of week, something like that, right? And there you go. Now the title has changed. So when you choose label axis, now you're saying that you want to customize the name of the label axis. And you can change the total engagements as well, as you see to the left of the chart. But if you don't want that, you can change it back to how it regularly was. Now you're going to see total engagements and dates. Next will be included date labels. Now you see the numbers that start to appear on each box. Even though you can hover over a piece of information and you will see it right where it says Wednesday, May 30th, 2018. Or you don't have to have that there. If it seems like it's too much of a clutter, you don't need that there either. And you can start everything from your y-axis from 0. So let's give you a visual of how that looks. And there you go, starting from 0. But you don't need that information if you don't want to. This is just giving like a customized view of how things are going to look for you, right? Now, here's where we choose filters. If you want to ignore all dashboard filters, this means that any information that you're grabbing from any dashboard, you want this to start from ground zero. You want this dashboard to start from ground zero. I don't want the filtered information that's already, any information that someone has already filtered. I want my filters only. So you're going to click that and ignore all dashboard filters. But seeing that we are creating our very own by ourselves, it serves no purpose. So we don't have to click that. We're creating our own customized dashboard. We're not choosing any other dashboards or any other widgets, right? So filters, we're going to click here. Here's where you're going to add your dimensions, like the information that you're actually looking for. So if you're looking for total engagements, right? Let's say we click total engagements because we're focusing on total engagements. That's what our widget is focusing on, total engagements. Now what we're saying, total engagements that's greater than what? If you click on the inside, you can put your own number if you want to, greater than 20, greater than 30. I'm looking for total engagements that's greater than 100. And you click here, then the numbers will change. You will see that all those numbers start to change. But let's say 190,000, right? Just for examples. I'm looking for information that's more than 190,002 or any information. You can set it up to however you want. So any total engagements that's greater than 10. And you see that information appears right back. It pops up with more, right? Here is where you could change things yourself. You could choose greater than or equal to or less than or equal to or equals as well. You could choose that type of information. This is you basically filtering out your information how you see fit for you. If you want more of a breakdown for your widget, this is where you filter things out and you explain what you want that particular metric to do. Below, you will have your display. So if you want to have your view where you could set it up to see 100 different type of metrics that you have on the inside, you could set it to where you only see 20, 50, or less than or more than 100. You can set it up to how you see fit for you. Next is sorting by. So, of course, we have two different metrics that's on the inside, like your date. You could choose to have it set where it's focusing on your date more so, or you could change it to where it's sorted by your total engagement. And lastly, underneath is your target metrics and your target defaults. Now, once you have filled in all your information and you go back up and you have a preview of that and you like it, all you have to do is click save, and voila. You have the name of my widget, which is 123, and you have the reported information, which it gives you a detailed description of what you see here. If you want to, again, you could choose to change your table by choosing that little graph on the widget. So it will focus on the widget instead of focusing on the dashboard. The entire dashboard is going to focus on this here. And if you want more information, you can edit your own widget. Now that you have created a customized dashboard, now what you see here is where you could create all the type of customization that you want to. So you can lock it, export widgets, move your widgets, add it to another dashboard, add time filters, and so forth. A number of things that you could do with your own widget. When you customize a widget, that's when you get all of this information. But when you have general dashboards, you won't have as much information. This only works for when you have your own customized dashboard. So this is basically how you create all the content just for you when you're looking in reports. Like when you're looking in your reports and you're looking to create your own dashboard, or if you're looking for, as we explained, you're looking for like the most recent dashboards that you went through, your star dashboards, general dashboards that have been created for you, your own dashboards. Let's go and show that. You'll see I have a number of my dashboards that I created, of course, but also in here you'll see like this is where you create your own, very own dashboards. Now, depending on what type of brand you're working for, let's go on the inside. What you will see is your shared dashboards. So depending on what brand, you see I have a number of them that are shared with me, but if you were working for Bailey's, you will see Bailey's that's in there for you, and it will say Bailey's brand overview. Now, this is already set up for you, so no changes have to be added on the inside. All you will have to do is just take a look on the inside and see all the numbers that have been set up for you. So you'll see like your organic overtime, your paid overview, your paid reach. So it's more of a organic on the left-hand side, paid on the right-hand side. You'll see everything as we go down. So you see that everything is organic on the left-hand side, paid is on the right-hand side, right? And then you have your audience view, and then you have more of an insight for everything. So you'll see your Twitter fan growth, your Facebook fan growth, YouTube, Instagram, if your brand actually does have that. So this is created and built for you for the brand overview. This is giving you a brand overview. So depending on, again, what type of brand you're working for, whether it's Bailey's, the Capital, or any other brand that you're focusing on, you will have a particular brand overview that's set up for you in the shared dashboard section. So now that we've explained how to create your own dashboard, we explained the shared dashboards and what they are. Now you're more than welcome to take a look around on your own. Go on an adventure, have fun with the tool when it comes to reporting. Have fun. The more fun that you have with your experience in Sprinklr, the better that you get at it. So practice makes perfect, and you have to continuously practice in order for you to get better at this. And we encourage each and every one of you all to take a chance at creating your own dashboard. And if you ever need help, I am here to help. Again, my name is Darian, and we have a number of people that you can connect with the Sprinklr team. If you have any trouble, you can connect with the Sprinklr support team, which we will let you all know later on. After the training section, you will have emails how to connect with everyone. And if you need help, you're more than welcome to send questions my way. Again, my name is Darian Banks. Thank you all for joining me, and you all have a wonderful day in the world of Sprinkler. Have a good day. Bye.